Peace, love, and light to you, pile twos. Thank you for checking out first pick a pile for 2020. Thank you for your patience with getting these done. Yeah, that was my intention to have them done right when I pulled the cards, but you know, life happens and I was not able to get to the piles until today. So, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So this is going to be a 9-card pick a pile spread. The intention set when the cards were pulled was harnessing and tapping into the energy of the new moon in Capricorn and what we can do to kind of continue to prepare us as we finished out those final days of 2019 and what we can bring into 2020 with this. So that was the intention that was set with these cards. I'm actually really excited about pile twos because I'm kind of intrigued. It has my favorite crystal on it, so I'm kind of intrigued to see what is going to happen. So we're going to ask my guides to come in and protect this space and our time together, and I pray that these messages are received with love and light because they are delivered with love, light, and compassion for your highest and greatest good. Okay, I'm going to show you what cards I will be using, and then we'll get into the pile. So of course, first card is my regular Rider-Waite Tarot. Card number 2 is going to be from the Osho Zen Tarot. Number 3 is going to be the Work Your Light deck. Number 4 is going to be the Soul's Journey. Number 5 is Spirit Animal Oracle deck. What am I on? 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. 6 is from the Moonology deck. It's always hard to get a good picture of. 7 is the Chakra Insight Oracle. 8 is the Cosmic Reading cards. And 9 is the Super Attractor. And I picked this one because this is normally a card that has like really good affirmations. So just something that you can you know, recite to yourself every day if you feel drawn to. So if you're new to like manifestations, or if one of your goals for 2020 is just being more mindful of what you speak and what you say, that may be an affirmation for you that will be helpful. Actually, that one in the Soul's Journey has affirmations on them, so feel free to write those down and use them as best fit for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these piles, honey. So first thing we have is the Labradorite crystal. You see that? Labradorite is a grounding crystal. Okay, it helps with like centering. It helps with grounding. It's really good for like self-confidence boosting. Let me show you a bigger piece. It's a bigger piece of Labradorite. So it's a very grounding, very calming stone. Helps with centering. It can help bring balance. Good for strengthening your aura. It's a not as that aggressive, like more masculine energy grounding. To me, this is like a really good balance of the masculine and the feminine balancing. And it's also good for like meditation and any type of spiritual activities that you might be doing. So if you are a worker yourself, kind of having some Labradorite around will kind of help with that. Keep things grounded, keep things smooth for you. Okay, grounding and balance. What I'm getting from my pile twos is that you are coming into a place that you are or have been doing a lot of internal work. Working on that self-confidence again, working on your self-talk, working on truly understanding the concept of your healing is going to come from the come from the inside out. It's really going to come from the inside out, and you've been really diligent with working on that. That's good shit. Keep it up. So this might continue to aid you in that, this labradorite crystal. Okay, so let's see what this pile has to say from my pile too. So let's see. We'll start with the first one. So anyone who knows me knows that this is my favorite card in the tarot deck. It is the Hermit card. Oh, and I just love the Hermit card. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Sorry, my nose was itching. The Hermit card is all about going within and completely what I just said. It's about going within. It's about getting the answers, seeking internally the answers that you need to handle things in the outside world. With this Hermit, he is kind of very focused. If you look in that lantern, there's a star in there, and that star is going to be representative of like divine support. So this Hermit is kind of going along this path, going along this trail, doesn't even look too worried, doesn't even look too stressed. He's not even looking up. He's just kind of trusting that he's going to be divinely supported, that the divine support that he needs is going to come from a divine, or inner support that he needs is going to come from a divine source, and is going to get him where he needs to go. Okay. Completely, maybe you've had some challenges 2019 that has caused you to kind of be like a lot more focused on self-reflection. Okay, a lot more focused on working on yourself, doing things for yourself. Maybe, you know, you picked up a self-care routine that you do, or you've started, you know, you picked up a hobby, or you've started a creative venture, something of that sort. You've started something, you've created something to kind of help you sustain yourself internally, the deep inner pieces of you. You've picked that up in the new year, and that's great. Continue to do that. Go into those moments of solitude when you feel that you need to get the answers that you need to kind of move you forward, okay? And what is kind of causing us, okay, what is kind of causing us to have the need to even go into that space is you got the Five of Fire, and the Five of Fire, the name of the card is Totality. If you look and see, these are women on a trapeze act, okay? Totality is just being like whole, being present, being in the moment, okay? If someone was doing a trapeze act, and let's say the person in the end wasn't really paying attention, wasn't really focused, wasn't really being present in the moment, and had themselves elsewhere, this could cause a lot of damage. This can cause a lot of damage. So maybe some things have happened to where you have been in that trapeze act, and maybe somebody didn't live up to their end of the bargain. Maybe it caused you that you had to kind of shift some things. Some people had to maybe overcompensate, or maybe it caused you to like do some damage control, if you will. Okay. Though that moment at the time may have been hurtful, it may not have been what you wanted, look at the lesson in that. In the grand scheme of things, within the totality of things, how can that moment help you move forward and in other circumstances. So if it happens again, you already know what to do. So maybe that moment of always feeling like, you know what, I feel like I'm in a circus act. Nothing really seems to balance out for me. Maybe it has caused you to tap into that hermit energy because you want to figure out, okay, how can I keep myself from getting into those situations, okay? How can I keep myself present at all times in everything that I do? Present in the moment and out of my head, you know, for the most part. And sometimes that has a tendency of happening when we have to depend on other people and outside things to get us where we need to go. Sometimes that happens and we have to kind of maneuver because we're not just working for ourselves, it's within a team effort. So that can cause us to kind of be like reflective if it doesn't really go how we want it to go. Next card we have, I can never say this word right. Trust the niggle, like the little nudge. Trust what is the niggle or nudge feeling or niggling feeling trying to tell you? What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? What is that nudge trying to tell you? What is that small, still voice trying to tell you? Trust the niggle. So when you have those moments where you're feeling as if you've had to readjust and you have to kind of do some damage control, maybe you were getting signs beforehand that you just weren't paying attention to, or maybe you were getting signs beforehand that was telling you, you know, pay attention to this, you might want to be mindful of that, and you just really kind of brushed it off. It was like, oh, it may not have been that bad, or no, I'll be able to fix it and it should be okay, and it didn't end up being that way. That may be something that you are causing you to go into that deep reflection. Like, why did I not trust my inner voice? Why did I not trust why didn't I go with my first mind? Why didn't I you know, just go the way I said it was going to go? It's not a time to sit and just beat up on yourself with the what ifs, but take it as a lesson and figure out what you can do with it the next time around. Use it as a lesson. Use it as a stepping stone. Use that hermit space, that hermit energy to create something, a game plan for you for next time, if that is to happen next time, okay? The next card is balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So if you have that circumstance and it is involving outside people, adjust, move forward, and understand that everyone may not have the same motives and how they operate and move. Maybe that might not be the way that you would do it. Maybe that's what maybe caused this kind of like this conflict a little bit, and that's okay. You can still move forward, bring that balance, bring that harmony, and do so without judgment on the other people. But maybe that might show you like, okay, well, when it comes to me doing this, I can't do that with this person. And that's okay. If this moment gives you some clarity on those things, that's perfectly okay. But find that balance. Find that balance. Going within, it seems to be a theme over here for you guys for my pile tools. Going within and trusting what you're getting is going to help you find that balance. Let's see what this out. Okay. The card you have is the Owl Spirit. But there's something on here that I'm looking at. Okay. Look at, and the card says you see clearly now. But look at her eyes. Look at the owl's eyes. It looks like that she has really like a lot of compassion in her eyes. They're not like scary looking. They're kind of like soft. You can see clearly now. So seeing people through eyes of compassion is going to be helpful for you when navigating this this situation. Okay, so you can see clearly now, yeah, some things happen and some things shifted and move it as you needed to, but it's okay because you can see clearly now and you know what you need to pay attention to for next time. You know what you need to pay attention to for next time. Okay. It's a lot of different color feathers on here, but I'm liking this red one. You know, red is kind of representative of like the heart chakra, root chakra, the things that keep us stable. It's about like stability and different things like that. So you can see clearly now that vision, that clearer vision, whether it's actual seeing things as they are or that third eye vision or whatever, it's going to bring about some stability for you. It's going to bring about some balance. Okay. This situation might have rocked you a little bit and it kind of shifted your whole perception on some things. It moved a lot of shit for you. And that's okay because you're learning from it. You're growing from it. You're going to be a stronger person because of whatever this situation and circumstance is. Just don't beat up on the, well, why didn't I? Wow, I wish I would have listened to Went with my first mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't get stuck there. Use it as a lesson and move forward. Let's see what we got. Balance. Balance spirituality and practicality. You got full moon in Pisces. Pisces are very like intuitive. Full moons are all about releasing and letting go of things and on a search for results. So balance spirituality and practicality. Maybe what this situation is going to, it may have caused you to use more spiritual insight with things, or maybe on the flip side, maybe you are more a more rational person, more practical person, and not really on the spirituality side. This is going to bring forth a balance between them both. I like to say you have to be magical and you have to be practical to get things, to get results. Have to be magical and have to be practical. So balance the two. Balance the two. Okay. Yes, the practical part, you know, something may have happened on this end, but in hindsight, it's caused you to go on this deep kind of like spiritual journey inward, which is beautiful. And it's going to bring about that balance again, so you'll have the information, spiritual information and tangible information, and you can make those mesh. You can make those go together. Forgiveness. This is going to be from our chakra insight, and this is working with the heart chakra. Letting go, healing, growth, and compassion. Where did I find that at? So letting go, kind of using that empathy, finding that balance and doing so without judgment. So again, it's like, yep, I paid attention and I see what this situation is, and I'm not going to be judgmental about the situation. I'm understanding that everybody works and operates differently, but I know how to handle myself moving forward. And then that compassion and that healing, not beating up on yourself for the, well, I wish I would have paid attention, or how come I didn't notice that the first time. Kind of really healing from this situation so that you can move forward and not being stuck with the what if. Excuse me. I'm hearing that finding that that perfect harmony and doing so without judgment, even with yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up over this situation. It feels like this may be like a close friendship, almost can feel like they were family, or maybe a longer tenured friendship, you know, 15, 20, 10-year friendship. I know 2019 on the way out, it was kind of like everybody was kind of feeling that shift and moving, and like, man, you know, we've been friends for 25 years and now we're not friends anymore. So this is kind of what this kind of feels like, but you're growing from it and you're doing so intentionally, which is beautiful. Continue to do that. Don't beat yourself up over it in the process. Okay. Okay. Next card we have, I really like these cards. You got compassion. Compassion. Okay. And then 10. 10 is a card of completion. Things being done, things being over, and being okay with that. I'm going to read the affirmation for this one. Love and compassion towards others start with love and compassion towards yourself. And I think I just said that, like having that compassion for you in this situation. So yep, you can do it for other people, but make sure you're doing it for yourself as well. I am filled with thoughts of gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, and love. Love and compassion is the sacred essence of all that is. It embraces us without judgment or condition and assists us to grow and evolve to higher states of conscious awareness. And again, that's what that hermit is doing. He's going within for more divine enlightenment, more a self-search, looking for consciousness and enlightenment and different things like that. So compassion is going to be something, take it with you through 2020, showing compassion for yourself, showing compassion for others, not getting upset, not getting, you know, moved by the actions of some people. Like sometimes that's just how they are. Sometimes we get those red flags, like, yep, this is, you're right, you're accurate. And what you're feeling, this is right. Trusting that nudge, trusting that little niggle, trusting that, going with that, and allowing it to keep things balanced for you, okay? And then the last card we have is from the Super Attractor. And when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do myself. When I am patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. So this situation may be a difficult one for you to process and a difficult one to go through. And that's completely fine. That's completely okay. But trust that you're supported. And trust that when you need that divine support, it is readily available for you if you ask for it. Tap into this labradorite energy to kind of help with your confidence, kind of help with that self-esteem boost, kind of help with keeping you grounded. You know, going into meditation, meditating with this. If you're journaling, you know, keeping it close by, keeping it on you, doing those little things to kind of keep you level-headed, so that you're seeing clearly, so that you can get the answers that you need in this situation. This is really good. Pile 2s, lots of introspection. Trust what you feel, trust what you get. Be gentle on yourself. Show yourself some compassion, and you'll just start to see just like things just balancing out for you and things working out for you really, really well as a result. So yeah. So peace, love, and light to you, pile 2s. Again, happy new year. Hope this resonates with you. Hope this helps. Thanks for checking out the video, and I will holler at you guys again soon. Peace.